Hey everyone, welcome to Shop Talk. Today we're going to look at repairing a bar stud on a Husqvarna chainsaw. A lot of the Husqvarnas use the same mounting on the bar studs, and it's not a real common thing, but we do see it. And of course, being out here on the West Coast, working on professional saws, a lot of us technicians just repair them, and we don't give you that information on how to repair these. It's fairly simple. Most of them you do not have to split the crankcase. I've had a lot of customers call me and want to know how to split the crankcase because their bar stud is slipped into the oil reservoir. If you got any questions on that, of course, give me a call. But here's an example. I've got a carcass here, Husqvarna. This is inside the oil reservoir, and I've pushed out the bar stud. And what happens when it pushes out, it just falls into the oil reservoir. And you can just retrieve it by using a magnet or a pair of forceps or whatever, and just pull it out. Drain the oil, of course, first before you get in there, or you'll have a mess. Clean it real good. And what's important as you're doing this through the oil fill cap, take the cap off, you want to line this up to where it is horizontal with where it goes. You don't want to have it where it can catch that upper lip. There is a cavity on the 372 where it just slides in like this. Of course, you reach in there with your pair of needle nose and you slide it in there, and then you use a drift and you just bump it right on into its receiving cavity here, and then you're ready to go again. Now what happens also is this will loosen up. These will be loose on the shank, and it has a tendency every time you go to put it on, it just falls back into the oil reservoir. And let me show you a fix on that. What you want to do, I've got an anvil here. Of course, you can do this with your vise or something like that. And what you're going to do is take the bar stud, put a little piece of paper, cardboard there to help save the threads. You don't want to damage those. And you're going to take a chisel, and you're not going to go perpendicular here. You're going to go at a little bit of an angle. And you're going to give it a couple of good raps right there where it goes through the crankcase. And what you've done is swelled it out. It'll fit in there nice and tight. Get you some good Loctite, the green. Put a little bead around that, and then insert it back into the cavity, and it'll stay nice and tight. You don't need to replace your crankcase unless it's busted out. A lot of guys like to run the steel bars. They like them, and if you've got a steel bar, or if you went from steel to Husqvarna, on the larger saws, it's real easy to do. All you do is take out the bar plate screw. Some of them have this feature, some do not. This is a little adapter that I sell. Slide it onto the bar studs. Run the screw back in it. Or if yours does not have that feature, you can just leave it not screwed down. Then you can run your steel bars on there. Real nice feature. If you have any questions on any of this, there's the information.